Hey, what's going on YouTube? I have been really busy with family for the past few days, and so I haven't had a chance to sit down and record my rank 1 Clash of Wills for this month. So I'm going to go ahead and show that now and try and recreate that. As you can see, I do have rank 1 there, and I'll show you the team, you know, perfect score, all that stuff. This is the team that I used to do it, which is the same team that I'm going to show you right now. What I will say is that I've tried to record this about 5 times already, and for whatever reason, I'm like dancing around the variants in a way that I was not dancing around this when I have done this multiple times on my phone. I've done this clear several times, trying to come up with my action order and everything like that, and it's been well over cap every time, and for some reason, as I'm recording this, I'm like just under every time. So I'm hoping that this is gonna be the time that we're gonna get it. I've made a couple adjustments to my gear and things like that, and yeah, so let's turn on all the mods and let's do it this way. 350, right? And as just like I said, here is the team, and we'll take a look at the gear at the very end when this is all over, but we're gonna go ahead and get into it. And I do have a turn chart that I'm gonna put in the comments as well. So, notably, on my team, Abigail is only EX1, so she does not start with cover, and she does not have her STMR yet. Like, if you look, you know, I will show you that in her gear. I'm not using her STMR right now, so my spirit is significantly lower, and that did pose a threat to survival until I learned a couple things, and I remembered a couple things about the mechanics of this game and how cover works. So the way cover works is only the most recently used cover actually works. So like if you have a physical cover and a magical cover and you use both of them in the same turn and you use the magic cover last, magic cover is the one that sticks. So yeah, you gotta be careful about how you order things, but in Abigail's case, you can use that to your advantage. If you use her triple and do her Omni cover and then contingency plan and then follow that up with her magic cover, then she gets all the mitigations from her her Omni cover skill, but she uses her magic cover skill. So that's pretty cool. Now, one thing about her being EX1 is that she's not going to have her SLB until turn 5. Normally you'd want to use it as soon as possible. At EX2, she can use it on turn 4, but I don't have it until turn 5. So to make sure we're good and safe, we're going to delay Sylvie's burgeoning defense until turn 2. That way, we've got it nice and good on turn 4, and it's going to keep us covered, and the balance is going to be a lot nicer. But that means that we're going to be kind of risky here on turn 1. There's a lot of RNG. Some bad things could happen. If Sylvie gets hit more than twice with a really strong attack, she dies. You know, or the boss could just do a bunch of really random stuff and take out Abigail really quickly because we don't have burgeoning defense. If that happens, we're just going to restart. It's okay. But that frees up Sylvie to use Compassionate Knight on turn 1, and that means we don't have to gear for ailment resistances. So that's kind of nice. There we go. Tsukiko is going to put up the field, use Omamori, and Fire Imbue. No, not Earth. She's going to use Fire Imbue on turn 1. That way, Roberta's freed up to do some other things as well. 2B is going to be using her Shifted Limit Burst. Shizuru is going to use Strong Breezy to remove the Imperils, and then Focus Spirit to help us survive. And Roberta is going to put up the mitigations for races and then Emissary of Demise. She's freed up to use Emissary of Demise because she's not using Inferno Breath this turn. There we go. And 2B can just hit. She's sealing the boss. Make this a little quieter in my ears. There we go. That went about as well as we could have hoped. Abigail took most of the hits. Sylvie didn't get hit at all. And Abigail's recovering us back to full, including getting her Limit Burst, which is awesome. So now she's free to use her Limit Burst on turn 2. In between that and Sylvie using Vines, Petals, and Burgeoning Defense, we're pretty much safe. Damage is now taken care of pretty much for the rest of the fight. Tsukiko, just to fill morale, is going to use Purification 3 times. Roberta is going to downshift. She's going to fill morale as well, and then use Mega Breath and Inferno Breath. So we got the good amp, the good imperil, all that stuff. Chizuru is going to use Insect Pulverizer. And 2B is going to downshift and use Pod Charge and 2 R40 Blades. They're just going to chain that together, do a little bit of damage. There we go. Not that much. We're not doing damage this turn, really. It's not a big deal. See, damage is now minimal. That would have been the strong hit, but now that we're all protected, Sylvie's totally fine. She's wearing a Guts as well, so if on that turn 1 she takes one of those, she just gutses, and it's not a big deal. Cool. We're ready to go. So Abigail is going to break the boss for us. She's our primary breaker. She's going to use cover and then both of her breaks. Tsukiko is going to shift and use triple Firestorm. Roberta is going to quad Mystic Breath. Nope, not Inferno. We're going to quad Mystic Breath. 2B is going to LB. Chizuru is going to LB. And Sylvie is going to Leaping Love just to give us as much damage as possible. Let it finish. Way this is going to go, we're going to send Roberta first, and then just send the other 3. And it's going to look something like this. Pretty good. This looks really bad. It's not that bad. Abigail's going to counter us back to full, pretty much. Yeah, there you go. And we're ready. So our goal on turn 4 is to get the boss below 50% health. So we're going to buff up with all the skills. We're going to reload. Tsukiko is actually going to shift over to Blazing Karmic. Abigail is going to triple Flamethrower. Sylvie is going to beat an insect on 2B and then just hit with Clever Paladin Strike. And Chizuru and 2B are going to chain Devastating Samurai Slash and R40 Blades. And we're just going to send Roberta first, then Sylvie, and then everybody else. So Roberta, Sylvie, everybody else. Nice. We're below 50%, so that's going to trigger the threshold, and the boss is going to get Mirage stacks, and we're going to continue on with the fight. Now, on turn 5, we get our SLB because we're EX1, so we're going to go ahead and use that. Very good. And you got a couple choices. You could try and get rid of the Mirage stacks if you want to. It's not that big a deal. They're going to go away anyway. I decided to go ahead and use LBs. Let Tsukiko, recharge her Magnus with Firestorm 3 times. This is a good opportunity for Roberta and Ignitos to use their LB to power up the other team members' LBs. And if you need HP, you can use Sylvie's skills to refill HP. If you need more morale, fill morale. If you just want to, fill LB gauges, you can do that with Clever Paladin Strike. I'm just going to use Cheerful 3 times. That's what's written in the turn chart. You can do whatever you want. We're just getting rid of Mirage stacks and filling up the time. There we go. Turn 6, Chizuru's shift form is going to go away. Now we're taking way less damage because the SLB's online. And this fight really just becomes a DPS check at this point. Alrighty. So Chizuru is going to Strong Samurai, Breezy, and then with her third action, just use Focus Strength. That's fine. With 2B, we're going to just Blade 3 times. You know, Sylvie is going to shift back to the base form and just power us up with petals and vines and compassionate. Because it's our 6th turn, so we have to put the immunities back up. That's important. It's kind of like turn 1, so we're going to use the same turn 1 stuff: methodical, contingency, and drone cover. We don't have the fire field. We'll Omamori, protection, and fire amp. And she will do aqua, insect, and inferno. And 2B actually does a nice bit of damage there by herself. It's kind of nice. Gravity looks bad. It's not that bad. Abigail did not counter us, but we do have a nice HP barrier, so we're actually okay. If you're really feeling like you need to get a health here, you know, Sylvie's got a turn where she can do that. She can use vines, petals, and compassionate, or if you have enough health and you just want to do like a kind of a rolling buff for next turn, you can use resolve. I'm going to go ahead and use compassionate. Just kind of heal everybody up a little bit. You know, that's plenty of health for right now. Turn 7, we're going to use Insect Buster, or Insect Pulverizer, rather. We're going to use the Shifted Limit Burst of 2B, and Tsukiko is going to chain with that using her Fire skill. Now, if you had not charged up her Fire skill before, mine is charged up. If you had not gone ahead and charged up, this is a good turn to go ahead and do that. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Turn 7, we're going to support for buffs, Mega Breath for just unlocking Quadcast, and then just hit with a Mystic Breath as well. And there you go. We're hoping to get Abigail's LB. We got it. So she's going to go ahead and use that as well. We didn't really buff stats other than with Roberta, so we're going to go ahead and use Attack and Magic here, just to give these 3 a nice buff. And we're going to try and do a little bit of damage. Very good. All right. Turn 8, we're getting close to the end. We're gonna start powering up. So we're gonna use our breaks, cover, and both breaks from Abigail. Tsukiko is gonna use Cherished Gift from the special Ayaka Vision card for a full magic boost. Roberta is going to LB for a LB damage buff. Chizuru is going to Typhus Spirit. 2B is going to go to the base form, and she's going to pod, get her LB buff from Supreme Weapon, and then Blade just to fill LB gauge just in case. There we go. And Sylvie is going to shift. She's going to put the big insect buff on 2B. You could also, I've got your back on 2B, and then Clever Paladin Strike for a Sword in Peril on the boss, although we already have a Sword in Peril anyway. It's just another opportunity to get it. There we go. I'm going to change one thing really fast here on my chaining. And I'm going to have 2B go first while this is going. So bear with me here 1 second. Okay. So the way this is going to go, this is our final burst turn. Get that out of the way. We're going to have Abigail chaining her Bolting Strike, so her flamethrowers. Just get her in on the damage. Tsukiko is going to be using fully powered Blazing Karmic. Roberta is going to chain Mystic Breath. 2B's base form LB. Chizuru's shifted LB. There we go. And Sylvie's going to use Leaping Love. Modifier boosts and damage buffs and all that stuff. Now, we're also going to go ahead and use our stats, because why not? They're there. Might as well. And the way this is going to go is Roberta and Nitos are going to start the chain, and then Tsukiko and Abigail are going to chain, and then 2B, and then Chizuru is the order. So it's going to go Roberta, these two chaining together, 2B, and then Chizuru. And that should put the Katana Imperils in place, the big Katana Imperils in place to kind of let 2B and Chizuru both have that. And I think that's going to fix my my variance issue. And hopefully we do. I've done as much as 2.8. I've been, while I've been sitting here, been rolling like 2.45, 2.49, 2. Really, really ridiculous. So this can do it. I'm really hopeful here. So let's go ahead and take a look. That looked pretty good to me. We'll take a look and see. 2.6. So that was the issue. So 2B needed to go first before Chizuru, and that puts the big Katana Imperil in place, and that should do it. Perfect score, damage breakdown. We all did pretty good. Good variance there on the end. So there you have it. I've already got all the rewards that I want, so I'm not going to pick any of these. And we'll take a look at the gear now together. All right, let's get back into it. Oops. All the mods on. And for some reason, that's not showing you anything. There we go. So we'll start with Abigail. As I mentioned, hopefully that was showing you actions and stuff throughout that fight. Oh my gosh, I hope that didn't blow that recording. That's what I get for not watching my live recording. So here's Abigail. Again, like I said, she's only EX1, so I don't have her STMR yet. She's the only copy I've ever gotten. And I wanted to record this clear with only an EX1 Abigail. That way she's here. But here's how I've got her built. Abyss's staff instead of her own STMR. With all the mods on, she's got 235 light and fire resist. There you go. She's got a Blizzard Orb for countering. That was letting her heal up the party. Her own TMR. Good spirit. This chest piece is really good for her if you want to have a lot of HP. Again, if you have EX2 or better, you don't really need that, but here I am. And then I've just got, Mermaid for spirit, and then fire resist and light resist as well for judges and original arrival. She's wearing power cut because I don't have anything better for her at this moment. But there you go, power cut, lots of HP, and there she is. She did great. I like this unit. Tsukiko in the base form has a rod for morale fill, and then just kind of normal stuff, whatever. There you go. There you go. She's wearing this vision card, gives the cherished gift ability, which is really nice. Shift form just built just like normal. We've just got high magic and true double hand and summoner stuff. Tsukiko's not hard to build at this point. Roberta in the base, in the shift form, which is where she started, is wearing the Celestite rod and the treasured memorial ring, some lilies, just for morale fill, whatever. And then the base form, she's got the dark vision sword and then just high magic stuff as much as I could. She's got a chain speed thing. She's got her own TMR for getting her trust ability. And then just true double hand. She's wearing the dazzling demoness card, which is really good for this trial. And hateful agent just for better stats. And she's just contributing to the damage and providing the buffs and stuff like that, helping chain. She's useful. I'm enjoying having her on this team. Sylvie is just loaded up. You want to have, for this clear, the way I did it, you want to have some spirit on her, because she does need to soak up some hits on the first turn, potentially. She's got a source of guts as well. She's our provoker. She did counter a few times and give us re-raise and healing and stuff like that, so it was useful to have the Blizzard Orbs. And then I just loaded her up with like Wrath and Talent and stuff like that. If you don't have it, it's not the end of the world. She doesn't take a ton of hits, but the ones she does, it's nice if she can counter. She's wearing her own vision card for morale fill. And there we are. Cool. She's good. She's the same in both forms, for what that's worth. Chizuru is wearing, I had her wearing a morale card, and then I forgot to change her weapons. So she's just wearing double weapons because I had a morale card on her, but I changed it. And otherwise just wearing rulers and stuff for morale fill, right? She's got Tyvus Spirit, Man-Eater, and Spirit Eater from a previous trial, so don't worry about those. And there you go. She's got the Knights of Grandshelt card just because it does have LB on it, and it's good stats for her. So she's got the highest stats in our party. She's got 11,000 attack, and she's wearing full killers, or pretty close. She's 300 and 300, so she's good. Full LB damage. There she is. There you go. Aquaneater, Ruler of the Sea and Sky, Black Submarine, Code of the Samurai, and Knights of Grandshelt Vision card. And then our 2B is wearing the Dark Visions Katana, and she's kind of the worst geared, but she did the most damage. So she's got 245 Aquatic, 295 Insect, 350 LB. You know, it is what it is. Kind of hard to gear for these killers sometimes because she kind of needs, without her own TMR or STMR, she needs to be wearing her TMR, which does kind of limit her gearing a little bit. I guess I probably could have put that one on there and freed up an ability slot here. Not the end of the world. She's got her own vision card, and there you go. And the shift form is basically the same. It's a little different because I'm wearing a killer item, the Grand Star, in this form and not in this form. Otherwise, it's the same. And there you go. So that was my Abigail Abigail EX1 clear. I'm gonna go level her up to EX2 now, and then you'll see my Abigail EX2 clear, which has somebody different instead of 2B, but basically, kind of the same team, just different rotation because Abigail's gonna have her SLB sooner and things like that. But I hope that helps if you're struggling in any way, and we'll see you in the next one. All right.